St. Paul, Minnesota.
And here we are at Lake Monster Brewing Company in St. Paul, and this looks like a warehouse district. Lake Monster, interesting name that they chose here because, you know, there's always that you're always wondering what goes underneath the sea or what goes underneath the waters, like the Loch Ness Monster or Lake Pepin Monster. And they kind of thought, what goes underneath the brewing? What besides can we bring up from the depths of the brewing process? And that's why they named it the Lake Monster. It's Jeremy and Matt. And we'll tell you a little bit more about them after we come and see what's inside this beautiful location here, Lake Monster Brewing Company in St. Paul. I mean, here, this is a great location, you guys. I mean,
Lake Monster Brewing, St. Paul, Minnesota.
this is awesome.
This is really cool out here.
And, you know, inside is nice too if, you know, you do come in the wintertime. But boy, if you're a summer destination, this huge water tower, easy to spot, I guess, if you're trying to find where we are. But look at this patio. I mean, I think, you know, you'll see the panning that he did as we were walking in here. But it's great selection of beer as well. Nice.
Really, and you know, I love how they're brewing everything in there, and I bet like on brew days when they're brewing, I bet inside there smells awesome. And they had all different kinds of sizes of tanks.
Yeah, they did.
So they had like one really big one, and then they had some smaller ones. And so, yeah, I think that they experiment a lot with like what they got going on here, which is...
I like it because it's their number one seller and their flagship is a West Coast IPA. Kind of very similar to what Surly is, you know, in Minneapolis, because that's Furious is their flagship. So, gosh, I mean, here we are. And so I'm going to go right to their go-to. I'm going to go right to the Rowboat. I mean, this is the one he said it's their number one seller. It's hop forward. It's 7% alcohol and it smells like it should. So.
It's got a great color.
Well, I can see why it's their number one seller.
Is it a good one?
No, it's a good one. It's our first one of the day too. And, man, I'll tell you, I love it.
When did they start? Do you remember?
He did. I did some research on it, but, I really couldn't find out when they started or how long they've been here. I do know.
Oh shit, that is
good.
Wow.
There's no bitter aftertaste.
No, that's a really good
one. But Jeremy is the, you know, he kind of, there's three guys involved in this sort of thing. And, you know, what I like about it is that Jeremy, you know, he's the numbers guy. He's the cruncher, but he also, believes that, besides crunching number, you got to make good beer. So, He got together with Matt. There's two Matts, by the way.
Yeah.
Our first Matt comes from a home brewing background, and again, you find that in so many of these craft breweries like that, but Matt's from a home brewer, won all kinds of awards as a home brewer, also did some time in Madison, Wisconsin.
Right.
As an assistant there. He's written books.
Yeah, no shit.
This guy knows what he's talking about, and he knows how to brew.
He's a brew master.
He sure is.
Yeah.
and the other guy, Matt, he was a drywaller for all these years, so he was sucking drywall dust all these years, and I think he's got a pretty good taste because, he knows what drywall dust tastes like.
Yeah.
And now he's putting his talents together too. So these three guys are, the brains behind it all. And, I'll tell you something. So far, I haven't tried all their beer, but this one, their Rowboat, that's a good one.
Is exactly how you'd expect that beer to taste. So I'm going to see how Matt does a Pilsner, because that's what's up next. And it's a Como Claw? I mean, it's Como because it's St. Paul, and Como's
big street.
Yeah.
The main thoroughfare through.
It's probably a guy, right? There's probably a guy named Como.
Yeah, we'll just say as,
Yeah, it's
Danny
Carl,
Como.
Danny Como.
Danny Como, went on to, found Como Park, and
That's great. Oh, you're going to like that one too. Okay, so that is smooth. It
smells good. Smells
got
really
a
good.
little hop to it. It's got some bite to it. It's not it's not like a light.
Ooh, that's good.
See, and it's so smooth the way it goes down, and smell is on point, color is on point. That Como.
This could be one of the better pills.
Oh, that's what I mean. No, it's good.
I mean, after those two beers, there's no aftertaste whatsoever. Not one bit. This is fresh beer. Look at that beer clean glass.
Yeah.
So we're 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
This other one is interesting because it's a lager, which is, as you can see, a little darker. It's more of a Dunkel, a German Dunkel style, lager, which, has a great, background reputation. But the unique part of this is why we chose it. It's made with Minnesota rice, wild rice.
That is Minnesota's official grain,
It is.
too, by the way. So, and we were having that conversation about, there's not a lot of wheat beers up here, but I bet there's a lot of rice beers, right? Yeah, I bet they incorporate rice more here than those other Midwest
What
states.
national beer company has rice in their ingredient as no others in their national beer company? Little
Budweiser?
called Budweiser.
They have a rice lager, don't they?
That's what Budweiser is.
Yeah.
Is made with rice. Is one of their main ingredients in a Budweiser. So, it's got to be a little caramely, malty.
It is caramely, malty, but it's not like a stout or a porter type vibe.
That rice has got to give it some balance.
Wow. That's another good one. All these are really smooth. It's like velvet. It's just really, really.
Jeremy. I know that, you're the brains behind this thing, but man, Matt knows what he's doing.
He absolutely does. I can see why he's writing books and shit like that, man. I mean, wow, those are really good.
All right, we stepped off the ledge on the next one only because, number one, I'm not a sour guy, but you know what?
It's summer.
It's summer and they have a key lime.
Yeah. And I asked him, I'm like, so is this kind of it's a key lime pie ale. And it was like, hey, is that a sour? He goes, it's a little like tart, but I wouldn't consider it a sour beer. So that's why we went ahead and be like,
who doesn't like key lime pie?
Right. So I've had a really good key lime before. It's that it was the old Tallgrass Brewing Company recipe. That's a really good one.
Smells
and
like
Wichita
pie.
Brewing Company has that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out.
Well,
you're not a fruity flavor guy anyway.
I don't know why I chose it, but I thought we should. It's sour.
So I don't really taste. I taste lime.
Oh, I can taste the lime.
I taste lime. And yeah, it does kind of taste like a sour beer. So
I definitely would highly recommend that if you like sours and tarts and stuff like that. It's probably more,
but you know, maybe
than
their sour is really sour. And so that's why they're kind of like, oh no, we don't consider this a sour, because they had a couple sours on there. And yeah, maybe those are like, this is like a light sour, because it's not.
You know, there's a lot of activity around here too. And, we're here on a Tuesday afternoon, and a lot of people going into this Vandalia Towers, which is kind of it's kind of a really eclectic kind of a place right
no,
here.
it is. So. And so we, man, it's been a long time since we've been here, but we've been here like around 6-ish, 7-ish. And man, this patio was just.
Well, there's a lot of industry around here.
Yeah.
And, you could tell.
When they get off work, they probably.
That's a warehouse over here. Look at all the trucks. You got trucks over here. You got, it looks like this is, could be a real creative type of eclectic melting pot, you know.
And they're an early open for not having food, 11:30. Mm-hmm. So I think that is cool.
Boy, that IPA is good, you guys.
Because they had like a snack menu on the right, didn't they? And it was like
they got merch. It's got real cool.
Yeah.
Merch. $25 to $30. They have baseball tees and. Anyway, I'll tell you what, you can't miss it. Just look for the big water tower.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can see it off 94, this water tower.
And if you're looking for a great night, a great summer evening, and beautiful weather, I mean, this weather, we're so fortunate to have this kind of weather in July here in Minnesota. It's not humid. It's just beautiful. We got clouds and blue sky and great beer. You can't ask for anything
better. We're going to patio the shit out of it today.
You can't ask for anything better.
Right.
Cheers.
Lake Monster, put them on your list.